Hello and welcome. I had so much fun reading this. Dune, House of Atreides was awesome. In a perfect world, I'd be listening to like the Dune soundtrack, like I'd have the prophecy theme or something playing here as I'm talking about this book. That's how much I enjoyed this issue. We are deep, deep, deep into politics and imperial machinations, and it's all that stuff that is so much fun to read from the first Dune novel, and it's just so good. So much fun. Instead, we're listening to the Endless Space soundtrack by Amplitude Studios. They said that you could use it in your content on YouTube and stuff if you gave attribution. So there we go. Great game, great soundtrack. Check it out. Anyway, Dune, House of Atreides, issue 11. All right. You know what? I don't think Kynes was even in this book. I don't think Dr. Kynes was in this anywhere. And I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So we open up to Leto kind of mulling over the events. Everything looks good. Look at this building. Doesn't it look cool? His room is nice and spacious. Sure, it's a prison, but it's a nice prison at least. Like, you know, you go into jail in Scandinavia or something. Like, hey, if you gotta go to prison, you might as well go to a nice one, right? Right. And so he's kind of like mulling over everything, and so we kind of get a summary of what's going on. So if this is like your first issue of this miniseries, which would be a mistake, you should have been reading this from the beginning. But if this is your first issue, you can sit down here and kind of get a recap of what's going on just from the character's own internal monologue. That's good writing. That's good design. I like it. Thumbs up for that. So he kind of covers that, and then we get right into him and Thufir Hawat scheming. When I read this stuff, man, I hear Thufir Hawat's voice from David Lynch's movie. Great movie, by the way. Anybody who says it's not a great movie, okay, you can have your opinion. I was gonna be like, oh, they're an idiot, but that's not really true, and that's not really fair of me to say, so I'm not gonna say that. So they're trying to work out, what his defense is gonna be. And there's a line in here I really liked. Thufir, if you don't believe me, we have no chance whatsoever in court. I take your innocence as fact. Therefore, someone else must be responsible for the attack on the Tleilaxu ship. I really liked his statement. I take your innocence as fact. It makes me wonder, like Thufir Hawat, he is super loyal to the Atreides. So would he, even if Duke Leto had done it, would he still have that statement? He probably would. But he also knows deep down inside that Duke Leto here didn't do it, that he couldn't have done it, and that he's innocent. So there's some facets, some multi-layered stuff for his character in there with what he's saying. They get a message that kind of drops a truth bomb about what the Emperor has been up to with the whole Tleilaxu secret alliance thing and all that stuff, which leads directly to the next page, where soon-to-be Emperor Shaddam IV gets a message from Duke Leto. The only thing I didn't like in this whole book is the way Hassimir here is drawn. There's something about the pages that have him and Shaddam, and I didn't like the way they're drawn on any of them, and I don't know why. Their looks never quite work out for me. Boy, pretty castle. In general, the stuff in this book is fantastic. There's some action. Of course, there's got to be a little bit of action. You can't just sit around and have people talking 24/7. I mean, you could. And that might be interesting. That's kind of like, Stalker. That movie was basically all talking. But, you got to have a little bit of juice, a little bit of action for people to, sink their teeth into, to grab onto, to hold. And the book provides. The book also provides, the multi-layered politics, wheels within wheels, plans within plans, all that kind of stuff. It was a great reading experience. I had a ton of fun reading this. This whole miniseries has been fantastic. For some reason, I thought this miniseries was supposed to stop at issue 8. Maybe it's not even a miniseries. Maybe it's just straight up we've gone to being an ongoing. I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, man, I have been sitting back, enjoying it, and the only thing I got really to complain about is the way Hassimir and Hassimir and Shaddam are drawn, and also that this cover doesn't seem to relate to the inside of the book. Let me flip through real quick here and see if we like check in on Arrakis like even once. No, we do not check in on Arrakis even once. Liet Kynes is not in this issue anywhere that I can see, unless I have repeatedly flipped past it, which is entirely possible. I had a ton of fun reading this. If you're into Dune, if you're into sci-fi, you might have a ton of fun reading this. I recommend this whole series so far. It has been good stuff. We leave off on a cliffhanger, like the defining moment of this particular story. I think it's going to be great. Why? Because the previous issues have been great. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.